hut. The wind howled like a hungry wolf, rattling the shutters of the old house. Inside, a fire crackled merrily in the hearth, casting flickering shadows on the walls. A young woman sat by the fire, her face illuminated by the flames. Her name was Shara, and she was waiting for the return of her brother Aaron, who had gone to the market to buy supplies for the village. But Aaron was late, and the longer he was gone, the more worried she became. Suddenly, a dark shape emerged from the trees outside the hut. It was Aaron, but he wasn't alone. With him was a man cloaked in black leather, his face hidden behind a wide-brimmed hat. Fear clutched at Sarah's heart. Who was this stranger, and why did he seem so familiar? When the newcomer entered the hut, Shara noticed a silver pendant hanging from his neck, a witcher's medallion. She gasped, for she had heard tales of these mysterious men who hunted monsters. But why would one come to their peaceful village? The Witcher took off his hat, revealing a face that made Sharusa's breath catch in her throat. It was Geralt of Rivia, the legendary Witcher whose exploits were the stuff of legends. But what was he doing here? Geralt turned to her brother and said, "Aaron, I take it that you found the Striga." Aaron nodded grimly. "I found her in the marketplace. She was disguised as an old woman, but I recognized her. She tried to flee, but I managed to capture her." Geralt's gaze, sharp as a hawk's, swept over the room. His eyes, the color of a winter sky, seemed to pierce through everything, leaving nothing hidden. "Where is it?" he asked, his voice a low rumble. "In the cellar," Aaron replied, leading the way as they descended into the damp, dark cellar. Shara couldn't help but shiver. What kind of monster was a Striga, and why had it come to their village? The Striga was a shapeshifter, a witch that preyed on the fears and hopes of men, draining them of their life essence. It was a vile creature, and Shara could feel the evil emanating from it as she helped Aaron bring it up from the cellar. Geralt examined the Striga, his face impassive. "It's strong," he said, "stronger than most." He turned to them, his eyes gleaming with determination. "There is only one way to stop it. I must kill it." A chill ran down Shara's spine. She had never seen a monster up close before, let alone one that was as powerful as the Striga. Geralt was gone before she could even utter a sound. She knew he was fast, but she hadn't expected him to disappear so quickly. The clearing was empty except for the three of them. "What are we going to do?" Shara whispered, her voice shaking. Aaron placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. "He'll be back," he said. "Just wait here." Then he disappeared into the trees as quickly as Geralt, leaving Shara all alone in the clearing. She waited, her heart pounding in her chest, for what felt like hours. Finally, she heard the sound of Geralt's voice, strong and clear, echoing through the forest. "Come, little ones, I have something to show you." Curiosity overcoming her fear, Shara followed the sound and found Geralt standing in a small clearing. In front of him was the dead Striga, its lifeless form twitching slightly in the moonlight. Beside it stood two figures. One was a young girl who looked no older than 10, with long flowing hair and wide, curious eyes. The other was a man, his face lined with age and wisdom. "Who are they?" she asked, her voice barely a whisper. "This is Yennefer, and this is Triss," Geralt said, his eyes twinkling with amusement. "I believe you have something that belongs to the little one." Yennefer smiled, revealing a flash of white teeth. "Is this the famous Striga? How wonderfully strong it is. Just like its mother." As the clearing filled with the sound of laughter and conversation, Shara couldn't help but smile. Maybe having a witcher in the village wasn't such a bad thing after all.